Okay, this is my first time ever doing this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So nobody's in here. It's all good. What I wanted to talk about today on this live feed for YouTube. Hey, you guys. So today I want to talk about ancestor money and burning ancestor money. Hey, Candace, what's up? So I told you guys I was gonna start doing live feeds for YouTube. So here we are. Here we are. Yes. Okay. So really quick, I just wanted to come on live and I wanted to burn some ancestor money. I wanted to show you guys how I burn ancestor money. So just be aware, I'm not burning ancestor money for you. I'm only burning it for me. Okay. So um it is very ancestors and ancestor money is a very touchy topic in the spiritual world. And it is something that you really want to kind of follow a set of rules to make sure, number one, that you're doing it right, and number two, that you're not disrespecting your ancestors at all. Okay. So let's just talk a little bit about who our ancestors are. Okay. So your ancestors are anyone that has or have lived before you. That could be your immediate ancestors, let's say your immediate family members. If someone in your immediate family member has passed, they are considered to be your ancestor. Okay. Now, also, then we're going into ancestors from long ago. So we're talking, slave times. We're talking about the early, 18, 19, 17, 16, 1500s, 14, 13. We're going back, okay? Those are considered to be the truest form of your ancestors. Not saying that the people that just recently passed in your life are not your ancestors, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when a lot of people refer to ancestors, they're talking about like ancestor deities, things like that. So you're looking at more so in like comedic studies and things like that. That's more so what you're looking at when we're talking about like the true form of ancestors. Um, okay, so just want to make sure I have the comments on. All right, so just so we can get this out the way, okay? I do not pray to any specific ancestor, nor do I pray to any specific deity, okay? And to be honest with you, you do not have to, okay? You do not have to pray to any deity, nor do you have to pray to any ancestor. I'm just going to put that out there because there's going to be people that are very vocal in their beliefs as far as African practices, and that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I want to get out the way is that you do not need an ancestor altar to burn ancestor money. The point is that you are putting your intentions into this ritual, because that's what it is, into this practice, okay? Number one. Number two, if you do in fact have an ancestor altar, all right, or if you are compelled to make an ancestor altar, all right, the first thing that you want to make sure that you are not doing is having your ancestor altar out exposed in your room, okay, in your room where you get dressed, where you have sex, things like that. Why? Because you don't want to disrespect your ancestors. You don't want your ancestors to see you naked, to see you getting dressed, those type of things. Because when you are inviting spirits into your life as a spiritual being, then those spirits have the ability to be in and around you at any point in time. You cannot see them, but you can feel them. Sometimes we can't feel them, which basically means that your ancestors can be around whenever. So it is very disrespectful to get dressed in front of your ancestors and to have sex in front of your ancestors and to do anything else that you're doing in your bedroom in front of your ancestors. So I would advise to put an ancestor altar in an area in your home where, number one, there's not a lot of traffic, because you don't want people to have their eyes on your ancestor altar, nor do you want people touching your ancestor altar, and that includes your family members. That ancestor altar is for you and that ancestor only. So your kids should not be touching your ancestor altar. No one. I don't care who it is. Only you are to touch your ancestor altar unless there has been a relationship formed with you and another family member. What if you put a manifest? That's fine. So this is a manifestation altar, okay? This is considered to be a self-healing altar. I'm going to get to that, okay? I'm going to get to that. So ancestor altars should be behind closed doors. Hold on, how do I turn comments off? Okay. So they should be, I left the group because I couldn't understand people were saying in the group, can you explain your beliefs? Okay, so I'll explain my beliefs in a second. So this is considered to be an ancestor altar. This is considered to be a non-ancestor altar. This is considered to be a manifestation altar or a self-healing altar. So it is an altar where I come and I meditate, I do my shadow work at, I light my candles, I have my sage, I have my crystals. But that is it. It's not an ancestor altar, okay? There's no ancestor deities. There's no ancestor pictures. There's nothing on my particular nightstand that says anything about ancestors. So as long as you are following those rules, then you'll be fine. So again, let me just recap. An ancestor altar should not be out exposed in your room. It should either be behind a closet where you can go in, meditate, and shut the door, or it should be in an area in your home where there's not a lot of traffic, maybe to the back part of your home where there's not a lot of traffic and there's not a lot of eyes that are going to be on your ancestral altar. Okay, remember that there's things on your ancestral altar that are going to be placed in certain ways depending on that particular deity or ancestor, and of course they will lead you and they will tell you exactly what to do. For the most part, your intuition will lead you to set it up the way it's supposed to be set up, but there are like certain deities within the African religion, within the African spirituality, that require you to set up their altars a certain way. Okay, so this is why I have not set up my ancestor altar, is because right now it's a little bit too much for me. It's a little bit too involved. Number one. Number two, I don't live alone. And until I have my own space where I can dedicate a altar space to an ancestor, that won't be happening. Okay. What about a closet but not a walk-in closet? So you want to make sure that it has a door. It needs to have a door, Tasha. And if it's in your room, it needs to have a door. So if it's a closet but it's in a hallway, then that's fine. But again, if it's in your room, that ancestor altar should not be exposed so that they can see you getting dressed and getting undressed. It is an intimate time, and you don't want spirits coming in being confused or confusing you. And I would definitely say, depending on the space of where your ancestor altar is, you always want to monitor your feelings. You always want to monitor your body and how your body feels, because if you are, for example, if you're feeling very uneasy and you're not feeling very positive with the way that ancestor altar is set up, then you need to dismantle it and you need to set it back up. So just want to throw that out there. Now, someone asked about my beliefs, and that they came from the Indigo Tribe 11 and they're confused about beliefs. Okay, so spirituality is not about beliefs. So now it's time for you, okay, to take off that matrix veil, to take off that, to take away that matrix learning, because everything is not about categories, okay? So spirituality is about following your own path, okay? It's not about what are your beliefs? What do you believe in? That's not what it's about. So now we're talking about unlearning and relearning. Okay. So now we have to unlearn what the matrix has programmed us to think. The matrix has programmed us to think that we have to have a belief. You got to believe in Jesus. You got to believe in God. You have to believe in Allah. You have to believe in this. You have to believe in that. You don't have to believe in anything. Anything. Okay, so my beliefs are that I believe in me. I believe in Shalom, Ashe, Gaia. That is who I believe in. Okay, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be doing a video on my name change. I changed my name. I had a meditation, and I knew a name change was coming. If you were on my live last night on the tribe, then you know that my name is I've changed it for spirituality purposes until I go forth and change it permanently. But Shalom Ashe Gaia is my spiritual name. Okay, so my spiritual beliefs. What do I believe in? I believe in myself. I believe in my higher self. I believe in ascending to my higher self. I believe that crystals heal. I believe that the universe heals. I believe in the universe. Do I believe in deities and ancestors and gods? As of right now, no, I don't, because I don't have a connection to them. And that is okay. It's nothing wrong with not having a connection to a god or a deity. Why? Because spirituality is not about believing in anything. Okay? When you call upon your spiritual guides, your spiritual angels, your ancestors. Yes, I know that I have ancestors. I believe in spirits. I know that there's ghosts. I know that. I know that there's spirits. I feel the energy. I've even seen orbs before around me. So I believe that there's angels. I believe that there are ancestors that are protecting me and looking out for me on a daily basis. Those are my beliefs. Okay. But do I believe in setting up an ancestor altar right now in my home? No, I do not. I do not. It's not resonating with me. And that is okay. Your ancestors are not going to beat you up because you don't have an ancestor altar. Now, let me also just make you guys aware that I'm adopted. Okay. So with me being adopted, I don't know my true bloodline. And because I don't know my true bloodline, I don't want to go and I don't want to pray to ancestors that really don't I don't have a connection with, if that makes sense, because it's not my bloodline. You know what I mean? Like, we have family ties, but it's not my bloodline. Okay. And so in order for me in my heart and in my intuition, I feel like I need to know my true bloodline in order for me to praise and to pray to any type of like specific ancestor or deity. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, that spirituality is not about beliefs. Okay, so we must reprogram ourselves and unlearn what the Matrix has taught us. The Matrix has taught us that we have to believe in something. You don't have to believe in a goddamn thing, okay? You don't have to believe in a goddamn thing. You can believe in yourself, because that is what this journey is about. It is about your inner self. You are your own God. You are your inner God. You are your inner goddess. You are what you make your life. You are what you put out into the universe. You are what manifests everything in your life. The universe always says yes. The universe never says no. Never, never. The universe always says yes, but it is the energy that you put behind it, and it is the energy that you put into it as well, which is what is going to make it or break it for you. Okay, so how does one find out their bloodline? It's all good. So, of course, if you are not adopted like myself, or if you're not, if you don't have, if you are in a family where you know your DNA, you know your bloodline, then you need to ask your mom, your father, your family members, your grandma, whoever. Question them about your ancestors and who your ancestors were. Look through family photos. Family reunions are great way to start to find out your bloodline. Also, I just did the 23andMe ancestry kit, where I've already submitted it and everything, but you do a saliva test, and then you submit the saliva test to find out what your bloodline is and things like that. And so that is what I'm using in order to start the process. And I've been more compelled now to find out who my adopted or who my real parents are. And so that is the way that I'm going to find out my bloodline, is by going through them, because I know that they have answers for me. I'm not feeling this way for any particular reason. And so I know that my real parents, my blood parents, they have answers for me. And so once I go forth and I do the research, and find out who they are, then that is when I'll be able to find out my true bloodline. Okay. So anytime that you are worshiping ancestors, or you have ancestors on your ancestor, altar, you want to make sure that they are your bloodline ancestors, or they are connected to you in some form or fashion. Either either they are your divine parents meaning your parents that made your soul, basically. You want to make sure that you have they've either come to you in your dream and you are 100% intuitively solidified that those are your divine parents. Also, you can go and see oh my gosh, oh my gosh, the priestess in the African, a babalao can, if you go to a babalao can identify for you for sure who your divine parents are. Also, there are people that do readings on divine parents. I don't know if I would necessarily trust them, but I would definitely go to a babalao, if you are definitely trying to solidify who your divine parents are. All right. Good luck on your journey to find your bloodline. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get into the ancestor money. So why do we burn ancestor money? All right. So hold on, y'all. Like, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, there we go. So let's get into why we burn ancestor money. So we burn okay, so let's start from the let's go back. All right, so you guys know that, people do offerings to spirits, to gods, to deities, things like that. Okay, so think of ancestor money as an offering to your ancestors. Okay, so you are offering your ancestors karmic money. Okay, so money for their karmic debt, which basically helps them to become more powerful in the spiritual realm, which in turn gives them more power to help you here in the physical realm. Okay, so ideally, that is what an offering is, period, no matter what. Think of spirits as a battery on a cell phone. Okay, in order to charge them up, to make them stronger, in order to help them to manifest the things that you want, your dreams and your desires, we burn ancestor money. Okay, only also that, but to also show respect to them. Okay, and to pay homage to our ancestors. Okay, so ancestor money, to my knowledge, is an old ancient Chinese practice or old ancient Asian practice. So that is why people, when you get your ancestor money, and I'm about to show you guys, I have ancestor money here. When you get your ancestor money, you have on here an Asian face. Okay, right there. All right, that man is Asian. So Asians, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, you name it, they all burn ancestor money during certain times of the year. Okay, and normally you want to, now I burn ancestor money every single day. I don't know about you, but some people are compelled to only do it during heightened energetic events. So like new moon, full moon, Day of the Dead, day of celebrating our ancestors, maybe your ancestor's birthday, or some type of significant day that you have between that and you and that particular ancestor. Maybe that is when you want to burn their money. Maybe it's the day that they pass away. It could be anything. And so those are the times when you want to burn your ancestor money. Now, it doesn't have to be that specific. Again, I burn my ancestor money every single day. So it just all depends on what resonates in your soul. Remember, everything is about you, but there are some things that you want to kind of do and follow. So that's why we got the ancestor stuff out the way. Like putting your ancestor altar in your room is a rule that you don't want to do. Like you just don't want to, unless, and now if you have to have the ancestor altar in the room, like if you're called to it and you have to have it in your room, cover the ancestor altar when you're not using it. Point blank, period. Cover it up. And also monitor your sleep patterns, monitor your body and how you feel in that particular room. Because like I said, if it's a negative feeling, if you're feeling uneasy, then you definitely want to dismantle that particular altar, that ancestor altar. All right, so for the ancestor money, I have 10,000. And you guys see it's 79 cents. I got this from the Chinese supermarket. Okay. And then there's also 10,000, wait, 10,000, 5,000, 5,000. And you guys see that it says hell banknote. That is nothing negative. So don't think that that's anything like, oh my God, hell banknotes. Hell doesn't even exist. I just want to throw that out there. But doesn't exist. But hell banknotes, don't be discouraged by this, by what it says. It is all good. It's safe to burn. There's nothing evil about burning ancestor money. You're not going to have any evil curse put on you or anything like that, okay? So let's just get that out the way. So what I'm going to do is I am going to burn, all right? I'm actually going to burn some 10,000 notes because oh my God, where's my other one? I had opened one the other day. Okay, it's this one. All right. So we're going to open up some ancestor money. Again, the ancestor money can be found online, or you can get it from your local Chinese store. It's also called Joss paper, Joss paper. So I would maybe go into the grocery store and show them a picture. And when you show them that picture, man, they are going to respect you. They're going to respect you for honoring your ancestors, okay? They're going to be looking at you like, girl, what you know about this Joss paper? What you know about this? Okay, so first thing you want to do when you get your ancestor money, you're going to take it out. I like to bless my money, okay? So what I like to do is just run it through some incense. You guys know incense can clear the air, can clear energy, all right? Let me just turn this way. Okay, so I like to bless the money. I just say a little prayer, purify this money with love and life, with benevolent righteousness and peace, clear any negative or previous energy off of this money. Only positive energy and my energy will be put into this money. My intentions for this money, and you want to say your intentions. My intentions for this ancestor money is to power and feed and help the karmic debts of my benevolent my benevolent ancestors that are of love and life, positivity, peace, those that are helping and guiding me on a daily basis. I want to be able to feed you with this money. Please know that when I burn this money, it comes from a place of love and life. It comes from a place of peace. It comes from a place of righteousness. This is my intentions for this money. Okay, so you've blessed your money. So now what I like to do is write on the money. So what I'm going to write is the name of the ancestor that I want to burn the money for, okay? So I do burn money for my ancestors that I know, even though it's not in my bloodline. I'm going to burn it for my father. So I'm just going to put his name. I'm going to burn money for my uncle. I'm going to burn money for my cousin. And I'm going to burn money for my ancestors known and unknown that are of peace, love, and life. Okay, so you don't have to write on the money. You can say as you're burning as you're burning the money, you can say who that particular person, who that particular note is for. Just so you guys know, it is paper. All right. So what I'm going to do is, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to take some moldavite oil and I'm going to anoint the money. I'm going to anoint the four corners of the money with the moldavite oil, just to give it a little bit more power. Okay. All right. So we've anointed the four corners of the money. I'm just going to take a little bit of this moldavite oil and anoint my third eye chakra and my heart chakra. Got to use this oil up, baby. And I'm just going to rub the rest of it in my hands to get that moldavite energy on me today. Okay, so now we are ready to burn the money. So when you burn the money, you want to always burn with your left hand, which is your receiving hand. Never burn with your right hand. They will not accept it. You must burn it with your left hand, okay? So you can use the flames that are on your altar, or you can burn it with a lighter, all right? So you always want to burn it and put it in a safe little bowl. So this is what I burn my ancestor money in, okay? And you can focus and meditate while you're doing this. So I like to pay attention to how I feel when I burn the money. The other day when I was burning the money, my left hand started to tingle right here in the middle as if they were taking it. I literally felt that energy. So it's amazing. Just want to thank my ancestors. Thank you so much for your protection and your love. Thank you to my angels, my guiding angels of love and life, positivity. Thank you for protecting me and guiding me. I appreciate you. I love you. I honor you. My whole arm is tingling right now. Not to mention, there's no air drafts, and this right here is moving as I was starting to burn the money. Okay, there we go. So once everything is burned, the ashes, so the ashes can be either buried into the ground so that your ancestors can take the money, or I would not, honestly, I would just bury it in the ground or spread it amongst your lawn, and just let the money mesh in with the ground, with the universe. Because that is where our ancestors are now. They're in the ground, they're in the universe. Their physical beings are in the ground, but their spiritual souls are living in us. Okay. So, what's going to happen after you burn your ancestor money? So, of course, it's going to be all about it's going to be all about how you're living your life. So if you are living with truth and righteousness in your heart, then you will start to see your finances improve. And I mean, like, significantly improve. You will start to receive, like, jobs. You'll start to receive people wanting to give you money. You might have family members that come to you and say, oh my God, like, this money, I found this money, and I want to share it with you. Like, there's so many possibilities as to what could happen, as far as afterwards, after burning your ancestor money. You're just going to start to see your life change for the better. Okay. But remember, it's also all about not your intuition. It's all about your manifestations and your energy and what you put out into the universe. That's what spirituality is about. It's all about what you put into it. If you are not putting into what you are expecting out of spirituality, which is love and life and truth and righteousness, if you're not putting that into what you're doing, then you're not going to receive that back. Your ancestors are not going to bless you because they know that you're not ready. They know you're not ready. You could feed them as much of you could pay off their entire karmic debt if you wanted to. But if you are not living a life of righteousness, love, purity, like, if you're not living that walk, then you're not going to receive those blessings. And that's just the truth to everything. I'm going to unhide the comments and let's see what y'all is saying here. All right, so let's get to the questions. Okay, so I already explained my beliefs. Is this normal? Say, for example, I'm thinking about a problem. Next thing that will happen is a thought will come. Oh my God. A thought will come to my head and will speak to me and tell me what to do. Is this real or I'm talking to myself? No, it's real. It's called your intuition. It's called your inner self. So your inner self is communicating with you. Your inner self is telling you exactly what you need to do in order to solve your problems. It's called intuition. It's called survival intuition. And that's what our ancestors lived off of. They lived off of their own intuition. Okay. How does one find out their bloodline? So I think I answered that question already. Exactly, you becoming anything you imagine. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Tasha. I think I already went over this. My parents are deceased, so when they transition, where do they go? I've been taught that because they weren't living right then, they're in hell. Okay, so I feel like that's another topic for another day, Eve, but hell does not exist. Um, and so your parents go into the spiritual realm. Now, hell, in a sense, is basically reliving your life in this matrix world. These are my beliefs. I believe that if you are called to ascend in your lifetime and you do not answer the call of ascension, then you will be put back into the matrix. You will be spit back out into the matrix until you get that shit right. Okay? So there is no hell. There's no hell. Sorry, but there's no hell. So no one's going to hell. And the way I look at things like that is, if you take, for example, all these funerals that we're having for these people, if we're looking at Christian doctrine, think about it. You have all these people that died, right? And we know they asses ain't go to church. I'm about to get real funky and fresh with y'all. You know their asses did not go to church. You know that, okay, now this is for someone that has a Christian belief, okay? You know that this person did not go to church. You know that they did not pay no damn tithes. You know that they did not go to church and was praising the Lord on Sundays, okay? But you sitting up in here at a funeral and you want to sit up here and tell me that this person is going to heaven? You got me fucked up to think you sitting up here lying to my fucking face. Like, let's be real, you lying to my face about where this person is going. This person is not going to heaven. They going to hell. And that is not true, y'all. It's not true. So I don't want you to think about the doctrine of Christianity when we're talking about spirituality. Like, our ancestors didn't believe in heaven and hell. Okay, they didn't believe that your spirit was went up to heaven. They believed in reincarnation. They believed in the reincarnation of your soul to either be put into another body to live in the world again, or to be put into some other specimen of this world. You could be a piece of grass. You could be a bumblebee. You could be a piece of natural wood on a tree. You could be a bark. You could be tree sap. You could be anything. You could be reincarnated as anything. But that is what the belief of our ancestors is and was, is that of reincarnation. Buddhist, Hinduism, reincarnation. They don't believe in heaven and hell. Only Christians believe in a heaven and a hell. You're going to go to heaven. You're going to go to hell. You ain't going nowhere. Your soul is going to ascend. And once your soul ascends, there ain't going to be nobody waiting for you at no pearly gates with a book. No one's going to be waiting for you. Okay, boo-boo. And if you think that that is the case, then I don't know what to tell your soul when it passes. But it's not going to be judged in no book. Okay? I did, but I left because I was getting the hang of things. I can join again, but I was brought up in Christianity, so this is new. Okay, Eve, I want you to go back on the tribe. I want you to realign yourself, and I want you to get back in the tribe, okay? I want you to get back in the tribe. I don't want you to let people decide or make discernment decisions for you. You have to make decisions for yourself. Okay, so if you still believe in the Christianity doctrine, that is okay. I'm not coming at anyone that is a Christian. That is not what I'm here for. What I'm here to do is simply be here for the people. I'm simply here to allow you to open up your mind and think about something in a different light. I'm here to throw little nuggets at your head, little diamonds at your head to say, boop, 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 girl, you listening? Boop, wake up, boop, time to wake up. Like, that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to make you feel bad because you still, believe in Jesus. If you still believe in Jesus, then that's on you. Like, that is your beliefs. I cannot make you believe anything different, if that makes sense. Okay. But most spiritual people that are like, that are doing this type of work, they do not believe in the Christian doctrine. They just don't. So let me go to the next question. Would you honor a step parent as an ancestor? Yes, please honor your ancestors no matter what. Your ancestors took care of you in the physical realm. So yes, please honor that particular ancestor as a step parent. As long as you had a good relationship and you know that step parent was a good person, that they were walking their life in a good way, then I would definitely go ahead and honor that ancestor. Thank you. Bree says, thank you. You're welcome. Tasha, hell can exist within one's own mind of reality chooses to dwell in the state of fear. Yes. So Tasha, yes, that is true. But there's no physical form of hell. Like, there's no devil in hell with a burning fire and you're going to relive your life for the rest of your life. Like, the concept of hell does not exist. But yes, you can have hell exist within your mind if that is how you are living your life. If you're living your life in hell, like if you're living your life not righteous, then that is considered to be hell. So yes, that is a form of hell, but does the physical hell place exist? In my belief, to me, no, it does not. There is an underworld, but it's not what we've been taught, if that makes sense. It's not what we've been taught. Tasha, you are in the group. If so, you can be my friend. Yes, please, y'all, reach out and befriend each other. We are all sisters and brothers in love and light. Does it make sense to purchase ancestor money before I'm ready to take the proper steps with it? I'm asking because I neither feel ready. No. Okay. So no, my love, Candace, don't purchase ancestor money until you're ready. I didn't purchase ancestor money until I was ready. Something I just kept getting this urge, especially around the Day of the Dead. I kept getting this urge. I was like, I need ancestor money and I need it today. I need it now. Okay. And for a while I couldn't find it. So I left it alone. It was kind of like something that was in the back of my mind. But the closer it got to the Day of the Dead, the closer my urge got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I finally went to Ling Ling and I told Ling Ling that I was trying to burn some ancestor money. And Ling Ling hooked me up and told me where to get the ancestor money from. So everything happens for a reason. Okay. Um, hey, LD Bagwell. Hey, boo. Yes, Brie, I gotta school him. That is doctrine beliefs. Yes. Christian doctrine passes judgment determined by man if you are living right or wrong by their definition. Correct, Danielle. Absolutely correct. Once you start researching spirituality, you will receive confirmations. Yes, dream, achieve, repeat. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that comment. I've never received so many confirmations in my life until I decided to ascend spiritually. My spiritual awakening started first as a political awakening where I began to see things for what they were in the political world. And then that is what basically propelled me into becoming more spiritual and to becoming more in tune with myself. And now meditating is super easy. It's not complicated at all for me to meditate. I can meditate and clear my mind for an hour and not have any issues at all. So it is all a learned process. It is all an individualized process. And again, it's all about unlearning to relearn. You have to unlearn the matrix bullshit because that's what it is. It ain't nothing but the matrix teaching you bullshit to hold you down, to suppress you. That's all it is. That's all it is. So think about you know, and I did a video about this on the Aquarius age where we're coming into the age of exposure. We're coming into the age of the truth. We're coming into the age of people awakening and ascending and not understanding what is going on with them. It's literally like the ancestors have been let loose to go and wake up their people. That's literally what I feel like it's happening. Like the ancestors are like, all right, it's go time. It's go time. We've been training. We've been training for the last 2,000 years to get these people on board. We have to allow them to know. We have to, like, their job is to let us know. Like, that's what the job of the ancestors is to wake us up. And so that's what I feel like is happening right now. Concept of hell is used as a fear tactic. Exactly. Oh my God, if you kill someone, you're going to hell. If you do drugs, you're going to hell. If you have sex out of wedlock, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. We all going to hell. I'm going to hell with you, boo boo. We're going to hold our hands and walk together and sing kumbaya. We all going to hell together. Like, let's just be real. No one can be perfect. As they say in the Christian doctrine, you have to be godly. Walk in a godly way. What is a godly way? Like, let's be real. What is a godly way? What is walking in a godly way? What does that mean? Like, that could mean something to so many different people. And quite frankly, if we're not abiding by the oh my gosh, the 10 commandments, then basically we're going to hell. And I mean, granted, the 10 commandments are an amazing way to live your life. Yes. Honor your mother and your father. Don't commit adultery. Don't defile your temple. Don't what is it? Gluttony. Don't overuse things. False idolization. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things are a great way to live your life by. Don't get me wrong. Okay. It's a great way to live your life. But you also have to remember that the 10 commandments were written were written by a certain type of people. They were written by a certain group of people that wanted to enslave our minds and to keep their foot on us. They wanted to keep us down. They wanted to keep us in a certain sect of thinking, a certain way of thinking. And so then they've basically made us worship something that isn't even real. It isn't even real. And honestly, if you really research and look into the Bible, it's all about Kundalini rise. It's all about the Jacob's ladder, about the 32 vertebrae in your spine. It's all about your inner self climbing up the Jacob's ladder, climbing up from grounding to your sacral, to your solar, to your heart, to your throat, to your third eye, to your crown. It's all a cycle of life. In order to ascend and become a better person, you have to work through all of your chakras, all of your Kundalini rise, all of your 32 vertebrae, all of your Jacob's ladder. You have to climb the ladder. When they say climb the ladder of success in corporate, no, you're climbing the ladder of self ascension. All right. Hey, Lisa Lise from the tribe. You're welcome, my love. Yes, Kennedy. My name. No, I didn't call your name. How could one know righteousness without knowing the darkness of human's mind? So yeah, that's part of doing that shadow work. It's part of getting back in tune with who you are. But everyone knows from the dark comes light. In order to have light, we had to have dark. So you have to dig within yourself, and you have to work through that darkness in order to become a enlightened human being, in order to ascend and become part of the light, become a part of the truth, become a part of righteous living. And so it does. You're absolutely right. You have to know that darkness of a human's mind before you can ascend into the light. So again, it's shadow work. It's all about doing the shadow work. I'm not going to hell, but I know what you mean. We have to educate ourselves on soul paths, not material achievements. Exactly. So, your soul, again, like I say, I honestly believe that if you aren't called to wake up the first time, that your soul will be reincarnated into another body, and you will have to live through this matrix. We are in hell. This is hell. The matrix is hell. We are living it on this earth right now as we speak. And so it is very truth to me that if you are reincarnated to come back as another person, then you are going to be reliving that hell. Or you could just be reliving your life in order to heal people and to bring people to the truth and light. So there's different theories. We don't know everything. When we transition, we will see family again. For me, it means a lot. I lost my mom at 17 and didn't get to have her forever. Okay, yes. Yeah, so definitely, I agree with that. Once we ascend, we will ascend with our ancestors. We will ascend with our family, and we will sit on the throne with them. And so I do honestly believe that in my soul. So I'm glad that you brought that up. Let's see. I have a list of spirituality books on my site if you need somewhere to start. Thank you very much, Dream, Achieve, and Repeat. There is definitely room for marketing on this particular live. And just be aware, you guys, that I also offer intuitive advice as well as tarot reading. So if you guys are interested in receiving a tarot reading from me, it's $1 a minute. The same goes for intuitive advice. So if you are stuck or you need some clarification or more understanding on a personal one-on-one note as to what you're going through spiritually, your awakening, because it can be a very brutal process. Some people are fighting awakening, and that is what makes it so brutal, is that you're fighting it. You're going against what is naturally supposed to happen in your body. So don't be afraid to awaken and ascend. The only reason why you're afraid is because you're afraid of the unknown. You're afraid of what you've never been taught, and that is ascension. We've been educated through institutionalized education, through organized religion, through the foods we eat, through the social media, through the news, we've been detrimentally brainwashed. And so with brainwashing, when it's time for you to wake up, it's a very, very hard process. Unless, of course, you've been awake this whole time. Some of us are lucky enough to have parents that were woke. We have parents that were into this lifestyle already, and it's not hard for you to transition. Some of us, of course, like myself, don't have that bloodline. And so, we have to find our own way. And sometimes it's hard to speak in our truth. Sometimes it's hard to use that throat chakra in order to speak in your truth. But that is why you must ascend in the proper way. In order to speak in your truth, you have to follow your gut instinct. And that comes from your solar plexus. You have to be confident in yourself and know yourself and who you are. You have to be willing to take risks. That comes from your sacral chakra. You have to be able to think correctly. That comes from your root chakra. If you're going to speak in your truth, you have to be aligned, okay? Your heart chakra, you have to be speaking of love and light. Even though people may not agree with you, that is okay. In order to speak in your truth, you have to have a functioning heart chakra. In order to speak in love and light, to communicate effectively to people without offending them or without putting them down in a way that's going to put off negativity. So again, the chakras are in order for a reason. In order to ascend properly, in order to be able to walk in truth and love, you have to be able to work through all of your chakras. So that starts with the root, the sacral, the solar, the heart, the throat, the third, and the crown. It's the way you have to follow it that way. Otherwise, you're going to be all messed up. You're going to be all messed up. You're going to be making decisions without using your heart. Like it's going to be so many things that you're going to be doing, and it's going to be backwards. I agree. This generation is crazy. Yep. Yes, my mom is an awakened queen, so it's easy for me. I just had to wait for my time. Boom. There you go. There you go. There you go. Everything happens in a time. Everyone is set. Everyone has an alarm clock that is set. I'm 33, and 33 really resonates with me. I always see the codes of the universe, which are numbers in sequential order. So 33, 3333. 111, 1111. We see it all the time. 0000. All your master numbers, 1 through 9, those are your master numbers. And then when you get to 10, you start to add your master numbers together. So if you're seeing those numbers and you're not on your spiritual path, it's time to start getting aligned. It's time to start tuning yourself to the universe. The universe is speaking to you. The first form of communication was through numbers. We have to pay attention to these numerical devices that are being presented to us by the universe. It's just our spirits trying to talk to us and give us guidance, let us know that everything is okay. It's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. The Matrix has programmed us to think that spirits are bad, that spirits are negative. There is bad and negativity within good. But guess what? It's all about what's here. It's all about your intentions. It's all about what you put out, what you expel into the universe. Things can be negative, spirits can be negative, but that's only because you created and allowed that negativity to come into your life. So as long as you're speaking of love and life, again, righteousness, purity, then you don't have anything to worry about. Anything to worry about. Since I found out my life path number, how has it changed my perspective? So my life path number is number 9, okay? And I always see 9s. 9 was a number that I always saw until I finally got the message, which was your life path number is number 9. So I really think they were speaking to me. They were like, "Listen, girl, you need to pay attention." It's just made me more aware of my spiritual being, my spirituality, who I am as a person, my purpose in life, what I'm set on this earth to do, how I should go about handling things in life. That is how my life path number has helped me out. Also, with making decisions, when I decided to leave Nordstrom, it really helped me to come into my being of who I am. So that is what my life path number has helped me to do. Do you know anything about birthdays? I was born 9/19/1966 at 9:16, and my siblings always called me the devil child. Okay, so again, that is another matrix brainwashing that 666 is of the devil, when actually there is no devil. I keep telling y'all that 666 is about melanin, and it's about people of melanated color. And I want you to look it up. I want you to look it up for yourself so that you can educate yourself on what 666 is. But it is not negative. And if you look up 666 in numerology, it actually means oh my gosh, it means the end to something, and also it means materialistic things. Like you're paying too much attention to materialistic things, and you need to break away from that. That's also what 666 means as well. So no, you are not the child of the devil. I was born on Friday the 13th, okay? And I always knew that I was special. Those numbers just mean that you're special. When you're born on sequential numbers like that, it just means that you're special. So, tell your siblings to kiss your you-know-what. Do I know my animal spirit? If so, I don't know my animal spirit. No. Me and my husband and my son have the same life path number. I find that a blessing. That is a blessing. That means that you guys are probably part of the same galactic family. So that's amazing. Yeah, that's truly a blessing. So you're probably part of the same galactic family. So Kennedy wants to know what a spiritual animal is. So a spiritual animal is basically the animal that you identify with spiritually. So you could have a spiritual animal as an elephant. Elephants are good luck charms. They bring luck. So that means that you could just be a lucky person. That you could.
I can choose any.
No, well, it chooses you. It chooses you. So when you meditate, if you meditate and you ask the universe to tell you what your spiritual animal is, then it will be revealed to you. Also, you have to pay attention to your surroundings. So if you are always coming into contact with a certain type of bug or a certain type of animal
Like
all the
crickets,
time,
always.
yes, like crickets. Like I believe that my spiritual animal is a cricket. So
That's mine too.
I don't know if it's yours, Kennedy, but I am afraid of crickets, so I know that they are being presented to me in order to get my life together.
Crickets.
I would like to know more about our galactic families. Yes, your galactic family. The only way you can find out about your galactic family is if you meditate about it. Like, you have to meditate. Everything is inner self, y'all. All these questions that you're asking me can be found inside of you. It's all a part of who you are. If you want to meet your galactic family, you say, galactic family, I want to meet you. Galaxy parents, divine parents, I want to meet you. Please show yourself to me. And I don't want you to show me in person. I want you to show me in your dreams. If you're still apprehensive about seeing spirits, tell them to come in your dreams. Say, can you please come in my dreams? I want to meet you in my dreams. I want to meet you. I want to see you. Now, remember, it may not happen right then and there. So don't sit there and expect something to happen.
In person?
Because sometimes they don't want to present themselves to you. Sometimes you don't have the energetic capability to see them. You might not be strong enough yet. Your veil might still be over your face. Like, you have to work to get to those degrees.
Like, I get nervous when I meet new people a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can I finish my video? She wants to try to get in the video again.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Anyway, so if you want to meet your galactic parents, you need to reach out to them and ask them. There are animal references to Chinese, Native American, African cultures, so it's hard to decide, etc. Yes, it is. There's so many different, especially like Native American cultures. They're really big on spirit animals. They're really big on like animal identifications. So, and then especially Chinese too, so there's so many different ways to find out your spiritual animal. It's just all about what resonates with you, and what resonates in your spirit. And again, ask your inner self. If you have a question about anything, ask your inner self. Your inner self is going to tell you. You're going to hear that voice inside of your head that's going to say, girl, you tripping. Why you asking me? You know the answer. So ask your inner self. ask your inner self. The theme of the rest of the year is ask your inner self. Any questions that you have for me, ask your inner self. Your inner self is going to tell you. And if you don't trust your inner self, then you need to work on your intuition. You need to work on activating and developing your third eye chakra. Everyone should have an open third eye chakra. Everybody, especially what's going on in this world in this day and age. Everybody should have an open third eye chakra. Even you should have an open third eye chakra. Yes. Okay, you guys. So if that is the last question, I'm going to end it here. I've spoken to you guys about an hour on this live. So I just wanted to, yes, it's 106. So I just wanted to get out there to you guys about ancestor altars and ancestor money. If you have any questions that you did not want to ask in the live, that's more personal, please hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram at Divine Chakras, just like how it spells in my YouTube name, but it's all together, no space. And that is it, you guys. Again, I just wanted to introduce you to Shalom Ashe Gaia. And I really appreciate all the love and the support that you guys give to me on this channel. On this channel. Also, I just want you guys to know that if you haven't viewed my last video for my giveaway, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for the giveaway, as far as like what the thing is going to be, like what you need to do in order to get the prizes. But I do have some of the prizes now. I have some stones that I purchased that I will definitely be including in the prize package, but I know one of the prize packages will be a full reading from me. So, and that will of course be free of charge. So, we are now at 1111, which means we have 11 people in this room with 11 likes. So I'm going to end it here because the spirit is speaking, and that means that we are now blessed and awakened, and that the angels are here supporting us and loving us, and they're all around you, supporting you and hugging you as well. So take this time to really reflect and go deep and dive deep into your inner self and find out exactly what your inner self needs and wants. Okay, you guys? Namaste. Enjoy your hump day Wednesday. I love you guys. For the people on the tribe, I will see you in the tribe. If not, I'm going to save this video for you to come back and watch the live feed later. I love you guys so much. Peace and blessings.
Bye.
Peace and blessings, big head.
Hey.
Psych, y'all. All right. Bye. I love you. See you soon.
I'm not a big head.
You do have a big head.
Huh.